Friday morning, March 18th, 2022. Continuing baseball photos. A picture is better than 1,000 words. Would you agree? You can talk about an individual. You can talk about baseball, Hall of Famers. But until you actually see the photo of a ballpark and the players and the batter hitting it and who's hitting it, that makes a difference. So this is my episode guide 425, baseball photos. Continuing, Tim Raines, Hall of Fame. 294 career batting average, 2,605 hits. Pee Wee Reese, 269 career batting average, 2,170 hits. Jim Rice, 298. Oh, Jim, you're close to 300 career. 2,452 hits, 382 homers, 1,451 RBIs. He's short of 1,500, and he's short of the 300 career. Sam Rice, 2 Rices in the Hall of Fame. Sam Rice, this guy played in the 1900s, 1915 through 34. Listen to this, 322 career batting average. Oh, man. Him and Sam Crawford. 2,987 hits. 13 hits shy of 3,000, and he stops playing? I mentioned Sam Crawford. What did he do? Let's look up Crawford. He has 2,961. He's 39 hits short of 3,000, and he stops playing. But Sam Rice, 2,987, 13 hits shy. He stops playing, but he has a 322 career batting average. I think one of the guys, either Crawford or Rice, they said in an interview, well, I didn't know how many hits I had. I just retired. If I had known, I would have kept playing. How do you not know how many hits you have? Don't you keep track yourself? Anyway, Sam Rice. Cal Ripken, Iron Man. 276 career batting average. Here's a good stat. 3,184 hits. Not only does he play in 2,632 consecutive games, he plays in 3,001 games total. 431 homers, 1,695 RBIs. True Hall of Famer. Epa Rixey. 3.15 career ERA, 251 wins. Phil Rizzuto, 273 career batting average, 1,588 hits. Robin Roberts, 3.41 ERA career, 286 wins. Robin, you're 14 wins away from 300, and you stop playing? 286 wins. Don't these guys care about numbers? Brooks Robinson, 267 career batting average, 2,848 hits. Now, he's about 152 hits shy of 3,000, but he had already played 23 seasons. So, yeah, he's 40 years old. I'd play one more season or two more. I don't care. 41, 42, keep playing to get to 3,000 hits. Frank Robinson. 3 Robinsons in the Hall of Fame. 294 career batting average. Here's another guy. 2,943 hits. That means 57 hits shy of 3,000. Sam Crawford, Sam Rice, and Frank Robinson are less than 100 hits away from 3,000, and they call it a career. Why? Get to 3,000 hits. Here's a good stat. 586 homers, 1,812 RBIs. Frank, I don't agree, Frank. Should have kept playing one more year. You're 57 hits shy of 3,000. Don't you think if you're 40, 41, 42, you can get 57 hits? Sure you can. And also you're 14 homers shy of 600. 586 you had. You think numbers don't mean anything? Sure they do. 3,000 hits is much better sounding than 2,943, and 600 homers sounds a lot better than 586. Also, listen to this, 1,812 RBIs, 178 short of 2,000. That means 2 years. Frank, you can get 60 or 70 RBIs for 2 years, and you would have had 2,000 RBIs. So Frank Robinson's resume, I know I'm picking on him. He could have had 3,000 hits, 600 homers, and 2,000 RBIs. But he called it a career. Jackie Robinson. We don't know what could have been with him because he only played 10 years, but he has a .311 career batting average. Listen to this. 10 years, 1,518 hits. That's 150 hits a year. He plays 20 years, he has 3,000 hits. Jackie Robinson. Ivan Rodriguez. This guy could play. 296 career. Boy, I feel sorry for these guys. They're in the 290s as far as career batting average. What could they have done to pass 300 career? 2,844 hits. So he's another player, 156 hits shy. Play 2 more years, 70 hits a year. Take a less salary, but play part-time to get those extra hits so you can reach 3,000, 311 homers. Ed Roosh. This guy was good. 323 career batting average, 2,376 hits. Red Ruffing. 3.80 ERA, 273 wins. So he's 27 short of 3,000 or 300. 300 wins. Here's a guy that could play 2 more years to get to 300 wins. Amos Russi. .007 ERA, 246 wins. You know, this guy was unique because he was at the turn of the century. He only played 12 years. And he has 246 wins. This guy plays 18 or 20 years. He passes 300 wins. You do know the golden standard, don't you? 300 wins for pitching, 3,000 strikeouts, under 3.0 ERA, and then in batting, over 300 career, 3,000 hits, over 500 homers, and over 1,500 RBIs. Those are the standards. All right, here's a guy. Have you heard of this guy? The Bambino. Babe Ruth. .342 career batting average. When you think of Ruth, you don't think of the batting average. You think of the homers and RBIs, right? But he had a .342 career batting average. Top 10. I think 5 guys ahead of him, maybe 6. You got Cobb, Hornsby, Delente, Speaker, Keeler, Williams, and I think Babe Ruth is next. Him and Harry Heilman, .342. All right, we know the stats. You know, the Babe had 2,873 hits. Did you know that he pitched the first 5 years? He doesn't pitch those 5 years. Let's say he's an everyday player. He's over 3,000 hits. So he accumulates 2,873 hits in basically 16 and a half years. 714 homers. You know, if he was an everyday player in the first 5 years, he'd have over 800 home runs. Listen to this, 2,214 RBIs. Aaron is first, 2297. Aaron plays 23 years. Ruth, 16 and a half. So Ruth has 2,200 RBIs in 16 and a half years. Aaron has 2,200 plus, almost 2,300 in 23 years. So an extra 7 years. Ruth, if he's an everyday player, gets 3,000 hits, 800 homers, and probably 2,400 or 2,500 RBIs. Greatest baseball player of all time, hands down. No discussion, period. How about this guy? Nolan Ryan. As far as pitching, 324 wins, 3.19 ERA. The key stat for him, 5,714 strikeouts. Now, he did it in 27 years. You remember I talked about some of the other guys like Christy Mathewson's 17 years, 16, 17 years, and he wins 373. Ryan, 27 years, which is an extra 10 years, and has less than Mathewson. He has 324 wins. But Ryan beats Mathewson in no-hitters. He has 7. I don't know if did Christy have a no-hitter? I have to look that one up. Maybe he had 1. But Nolan Ryan, 7 no-hitters. And then he outperforms Mathewson in strikeouts because he had a better ratio of strikeouts per inning than Christy Mathewson. But I just wanted to point out that how great Mathewson was because 373 wins in about 16, 17 years. See, you got to count how many years. Nolan Ryan plays 27 years. 324 wins. This guy, how about this guy? Ryan Sandberg. 285 career, 2,386 hits, 1,000 RBIs, 282 homers. Ron Santo. 277 career, 2,254 hits, but here's a good stat. 342 homers. Count on him. Ray Chalk. .253 career batting average, one of the lowest. Him and Killebrew. 1,345 hits. Did you know that Ray Chalk only hit 11 home runs in his entire career? Yet Ken Griffey hit 8 in 8 consecutive games. How do you reconcile those two stats? Griffey's a slugger. Chalk is not a slugger. But he makes the Hall of Fame. Mike Schmidt. 267 career batting average. I'd like to have seen that higher, but he makes up for it with 548 homers and 1,595 RBIs. 2,234 hits. One of the few players also to hit 4 homers in a game. You hit 4 home runs in a game, you're in the Hall of Fame. You gotta be. Red Shahonsany. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I've talked a lot about him. He's a good player. 289 career batting average, 2,449 hits. Makes the Hall of Fame. Cardinals. Tom Seaver. 2.86 ERA career. Tough to hit. 311 wins. I like that. And here's a good stat. 3,640 strikeouts, including 10 in a row in one game. Joe Seawell. 312 career batting average. 2,226 hits. Listen to this. Joe Seawell is a unique player in the Hall of Fame. He had 7 seasons with 500 at-bats, yet only struck out 10 times. Less than 10 times. 7 seasons, 500 at-bats, struck out less than 10 times. And he played in 1,100 consecutive games. Unique guy. Cannot strike that guy out. I believe he had 200 strikeouts for his whole career. And some guys play 1 season and have over 200 strikeouts. Yet he played, Joe Seawell, 14 years and have less than 200 strikeouts. Wow. Al Simmons. 334 career batting average. That's in the top 15. Oh, here's another guy. 2,927 hits, 307 homers, 1,800 RBIs. Wow, that's good. But he is 73 hits shy of 3,000. He played 21 years. He probably said, hey, I've had enough. But if it's me, I play to get to 3,000 hits. If I'm only 73 shy, you could do that in a season, even if you're 40, 41, 42 years old. Come on, Al. So this makes the 4th guy, right? Sam Crawford, Sam Rice, Frank Robinson, and Al Simmons, all with over 2,900 hits, and could have kept playing to get to 3,000 hits. Why is 3,000 hits unique? What sounds better, 2,900 or 3,000? You know the answer, 3,000. George Sisler. Woo! Want to hear this guy? 340 career batting average, 2,812 hits, including 257 one season. And he batted .407 one year. George Sisler. All right, 20 minutes. Covered another group of baseball photos. I'll keep going, and we'll finish them all. Thanks for watching. I'm out.